Yeah.
All right. Coach, let me start with the opening statement. Then we'll have questions from Myles and questions for Coach.
It was a great game for us. I really like the way our guys set the tone tonight. I thought our guys came out, got to a good start. Offensively, really sharing the ball. Defensively, we were really stingy defensively and rebounded the ball well. Got a chance to get a lot of guys some run tonight. Really got deep into our bench because we took care of our business there in the first half and really came out in the second half and set the tone again. I thought those first four minutes of the second half were big for us. We continued to extend the lead and had a great opportunity to have a great night. 21 assists on 35 made field goals is a recipe for a lot of success for us.
Question for Myles, Chris?
Seemed like you guys got a lot of good looks. You jumped on them with the 3-ball early. What did you see offensively?
I started with clean offensively. Like Coach mentioned, we were really sharing it, making sure everybody got in touch and just kind of get the rhythm going on the offensive side of things. But also on our defensive, allowed us to kind of pick up our game there a little bit and really just play aggressively, play free, and kind of allowed us to control the game really early from the jump.
How important was it to play well going into SEC play?
You want to have a good rhythm going into SEC play for sure. Definitely wanted to close out home floor. Just take care of business. Last one before conference play gets going next week, and we really get into it. So we wanted to just kind of let everybody know that this is what we're capable of and something that we're going to continue to do.
Cool. Myles, you got it.
You left, I think, 3 of your 5 leading scorers on the bench to start the game, but it seemed to work and flow well for you tonight. Talk about what went into that decision and what you thought was working maybe with your substitution pattern and everything.
I think I know my team. I know my guys. I see them every day. I deal with not only basketball stuff with them. I deal with life things with them. So I know my group. I know Liam is a guy. He's a really analytical guy. It takes him some time just to see some things, and you don't want to be a guy that's out there making mistakes early on. So it helps that Q starts for him again. I think he's going to be more of a closer for us, but maybe both those guys in close games for us. Jordan's the same way. I just think he's a much better player when he's fresh. Him and Ezra. So it's and then we get a chance to take advantage of different skill sets. We want to get Myles is shooting involved in the game. We want to get Tyron going downhill. So I think we're able to feature those guys a little bit early on, and then as the game goes on and guys get a little bit fatigued. Now we got starter quality guys coming in against fatigue guys that could possibly go the rest of the way. If guys in that first group isn't going well, then we could we could ride those guys through timeouts. We could ride on the rest of the half. So it's just kind of what I see after we got a lot of parity, and it's the way that we can kind of hold our guys accountable a little bit to making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. But I think Jordan is like a Swiss Army knife for us. He gets over there to sit over there for a couple minutes. Could be 1 minute, it could be 4 minutes, depending on how the rhythm going, and then he can just come in and figure out how he can impact the game. So, but that's right now. All that could change tomorrow, depending on how I wake up and feel.
When Jordan hit the floor on that alley-oop, did you lose your breath there for a minute?
No, man. He's a big part of what we do. But he's tough as nails. Just one of those plays. I just saw how he bounced up. I think he probably was more embarrassed that he didn't make the dunk more so than he was hurt. So, like I said, that guy is as tough as it gets. So I don't worry about him hitting the floor or dealing with physicality.
When he blocked the shot 2 or 3 minutes later, was that a good sign that his health is maybe getting back to 100%, if not there?
Yeah, I think he's, Brandon says everybody is 100% in full go. So I think it's, at this point of the season, everybody's going to have some nags, and hopefully they heal up, and they're going to have some more nags as the season goes along. But again, like I said, with him, he's our, no question about it, he's our toughest player. So just know that we can put him on guys on the other team's best player late in games. I don't like to have him on there doing the core of the game, but when we need to get stops and really need to harass a guy scoring late, he's the guy that we call on, and he has the ability to do that and lock in and focus. And I think he's better at that when he's fresh. I think when you see marginal Jordan and sometimes bad Jordan is when he gets fatigued. But whenever he's fresh, he does a lot of positive things for him.
What was the situation with Tyron? I don't think he played in the second half, and he was in street clothes.
He had a calf strain.
Okay.
And we don't know how bad it is right now, but I thought he really set the tone early on coming out, and first play, pick and roll, made the right read, was really aggressive, was able to play above the rim a little bit with some sets we had against the zone, but but I thought Noah came in and did some really good things for him. Filling in the second half, shooting the basketball. I thought he did some good things in the first half. He was aggressive offensively and was very solid defensively. I think he only had like one middle drive that pulled some triggers. Other than that, he guarded square and did a really good job.
You've described your team as a three-point shooting team. How important was it to hit 14 of them tonight? You hit 38%, but it was above that for a while. What's it mean to you to get your offense going like that heading into SEC play?
Well, I think out of that first half, out of those 47 points we had in the first half, 35 of those came after we touched the paint. So even though we were, shooting the three well, we were still getting in the paint. We were pulling triggers, and I think that's a good recipe for us. And it's not only just dribble penetration. We punch it in the post. Those guys make great reads, kick it out. Once they collapse, but it's not every night that it's great if we could find. I think that happy number for us is somewhere between 10 and 12 threes. And I think if we can get between 10 and 12 threes, we're going to have a good chance to win every game. And we do that with, defending the way that we're capable of. But we're not going to shoot that way every night. So I think it's important for us to continue to get to the free throw line, get in the paint. Lim has a mismatch with something in there that we can work the ball in the post and take advantage of his strength of finishing around the basket. Quentin is a good finisher around the basket. So, on different nights, we'll have a different attack, but, it's good. We need to see the ball go in. We got really good shooters, and whenever that three ball is going for us, we can get some separation if we continue to defend the way that we did tonight.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.